Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. This is not the best location for me to film in. However, needs must, and I felt like I couldn't wait any longer to put out this video, so I'll get straight into it. So basically, the warning is, if you have Ohlins suspension, if you have a Porsche and you have Ohlins suspension on it, I would recommend watching this video before you drive the car again. So basically, the backstory very shortly is in 2017 I put some Ohlins suspension on my 911, my 997 911, and after I did that, I had it done by my Porsche specialist that's done most of the stuff on my car. And then after that, I drove the car for 2 weeks to Spain and France and Monaco on a two week road trip. So basically, I was on there's a website, a forum in the UK called 911uk.com, and I was on the forum, and there was a thread started that said, "Warning: don't drive your car if you've got this suspension fitted." And what happened is they pasted in an email that had been sent to them from their specialist, who's called 9 Excellence, and I'm going to read the first bit of it. I'll put it up on the screen. We are contacting you because we have just been informed by Ohlins of an issue found with the following Porsche suspension kits for Porsche 911 996 four-wheel drive and Porsche 911 997 four-wheel drive. That is believed to be the safety critical and advise you not to drive your vehicle. We cannot give you more details at present, but we assure you we're working as quickly as possible, yada yada yada. So now I hadn't been contacted by my specialist at this time. This was on the 3rd of December. I saw the post on the forum. I immediately emailed my specialist, because I'm in Italy right now, so I emailed them to find out what was going on. So then I received an email the next day saying that the Ohlins will be in touch with a suggested action. And just to clarify, nobody still to this point to me directly has said to me, "Don't drive your car." So this is a few days after the initial email was sent to the person who posted on the forum, right? So it's been 2 or 3 days. So 4 days later, I wrote to my specialist and I said, can you give me an update? And they said, your kit has been lodged with Ohlins. We await their decision. Also, advise not to drive. So 4 days later, I'm told not to drive my car. So on the 22nd of December, I get an email from my Porsche specialist saying, the short version is the front struts were faulty, defective, and they were found to detach from the car. So I'll put the image on the screen of the letter that was sent out as a PDF file, and you can pause the video and you can read it if you wish to do so. Which cars are affected? So like I said earlier, a 996 Carrera 4S and the turbo models from 1999 to 2006. And the same 997 models from 2005 to 2013. So on the at the bottom of that PDF there was an email address. So because at this point I'd spoken to my lady, and I was not particularly wanting to keep the suspension now, all things considered. So I wrote to Ohlins on the 22nd of December and I said, look, I want a refund. I don't want a replacement part or whatever it is you're planning. I'm not going to fit this back to my car. I've lost confidence with it. Anyway, I got no reply from that email. So on the 4th of January, obviously with the Christmas break and everything, 4th of January, I got an email from my specialist saying that the email address at the bottom of that PDF was incorrect. And I needed to send it to this new address. So I did that. The 4th of January, I resent the same email that I'd sent on the 22nd to that address, and I immediately got a reply saying, the standard, thanks for contacting us, we'll be in touch soon. That was on the 4th of January. So on the 14th of January, so 10 days later, I contact my specialist for an update, and I was advised Ohlins will be in touch with each client individually to plan. Yeah. So finally, on the 19th of January, I get an email from my specialist, telling me that they have finally had confirmation from Ohlins about the course of action. So just before I go into that, just think about it. So from the beginning of December to the middle of January, there was a message saying, don't drive your car, but no solution. So for a month and a half, everybody who had the suspension on the car, provided they've been told about it. So if you're one of those people who wasn't told, you might be finding out about it for the first time right now. And they're saying that don't drive your car, it's dangerous. You can't even drive it to whoever installed your equipment to have it replaced. They don't even recommend doing that. Now, the last time I drove my car was from my specialist back to my house, and let's say I had a spirited drive, as you do when you're on a Porsche. So the whole time I was at risk of impending accident due to this thing decoupling itself from my car. Like I said, no response from Ohlins, even as today, even when I record this video. So anyway, so I get the message from my specialist, not directly to me, but via my specialist, is Ohlins will replace the front struts, and B, they will pay I think it's 4 hours labor for that to be done. So you might be thinking that's good, that they're paying the labor as well, but the fact is I already paid to have that equipment installed on my car. So it's the least they can do is to replace the parts and pay the labor, right? But I don't want this equipment on my car now. I've lost confidence in it. I have when I was about 17, I was driving a car, and the bonnet flipped up and smashed. We were only doing 30 miles an hour. The bonnet flipped up and hit the windscreen and smashed the windscreen, damaged the roof, and we couldn't see, obviously, when the bonnet flipped up. And ever since then, since I was 17 years old, whenever I'm driving a car, especially when I'm driving quite fast, I always have this image in my head of what would happen if that bonnet flipped up right now. So I'm super, super cautious about checking that the bonnet is closed and the catches, that it's all down properly. So I've got that in my head. Now, if I left this, even if I replaced the suspension and I left it on my car, it would always be going through my mind that this suspension, like, okay, they say they fixed it, but when I bought the first set, they said that was okay, right? So yeah, so I can't leave it on. I need peace of mind. So and also, the Ohlins suspension I fitted was not my first choice. Originally, I was going to fit Bilsteins, and there was a big delay for some reason at that time in 2017. They couldn't deliver any equipment to anybody. There was loads of people talking about it on forums, because I wanted a lift kit, and the Bilstein system had a lift kit that you could fit with it, and I wanted all of that equipment. And in the end, I couldn't get it, and I wanted my car back. My car was already in the garage waiting for this equipment, so I picked Ohlins instead, and I have no lift kit on that. It's not compatible. But after driving it for 3 years, I realized I don't really need the lift kit because the car's okay with it the way it was set up. So yeah, so the reason I wanted to make this video is a few reasons, really. Mainly, I wanted to tell other people. I should have made this earlier, because I'm telling people, almost 2 months later, that you shouldn't drive your car. But hopefully, Ohlins have already contacted everybody who was affected by this, and if you're watching this, you probably were affected by it too. Maybe, hopefully, if you bought your Ohlins secondhand from somebody else, or you bought them through eBay or something, you may not have got this message. So yeah, I should have made it sooner, but I'm making it better late than never. Yeah, so I'm pretty disappointed as well with Ohlins, the way they've responded. because, well, they haven't responded to me. My specialist has been forwarding messages to them. He refused to give me the direct communications, which I kind of understand, because, you know, they have a different line to the manufacturers, and that's fine. But them not replying to me, even though I was sending messages through my specialist, is just disappointing in general. And that's not the reason why I'm not fitting it. I'm fitting it, like I've said already, that I've lost confidence in equipment. So yeah, so if you're watching this and you've not heard of this and you have that equipment on your car, then don't drive it, and contact whoever fitted it. And if you fitted it yourself, you might have to contact directly to Ohlins. I'll put the email address on the screen so you can do that if you don't have it, because like I said, there was one letter out, and my mail wasn't going through initially. Okay, so what am I going to fit? I'm pretty excited about the equipment that I was going to fit. The equipment that I wanted to fit originally before the Bilstein was another system, which my Porsche specialist recommended to me, and I couldn't afford it at the time. I put an awful lot into my car at a time, and I was getting to the end of it, and I wanted to have the car ready to go on this road trip, and I didn't really have the disposable income at that time to fit this kit. But the kit's really cutting edge. You can control it, you can configure it with a laptop. It's active suspension rather than the passive like the Ohlins is. I'm super excited about that. There's going to be more about that in a further video. I will make a follow-up video to this video to let you know what happens. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video, talk about the disappointment. The fact that they haven't contacted me is annoying. And yeah, and the fact that it took them so long to tell me to not drive my car. So it was like a week, at least a week, from the point of them putting out that announcement to actually getting through to me via my specialist. I could have been dead in the meantime if something had happened there. So the fact that they took so long is disappointing as well. But anyway, I hope you found this video interesting or informative. If you're one of the affected people, please get in touch below. Even if you're not, let me know what you think of the whole situation, and I'll get back to you soon. All right, guys, goodbye.